Hey all, welcome to my channel Tale Bearing Time. Today in this video, I want to simply tell the tale of William Shakespeare's As You Like It. Part 1. Let's get into the story. As You Like It. Many years ago, France was not one country as it is now. It had many rulers called dukes. Each of these dukes was the ruler of an area called a dukedom. Now, there was one duke who was a very good and noble man. He was loved by all his followers and friends. Unfortunately, this duke had an evil brother. This brother wanted to become the duke. He planned with some of the duke's enemies and with their help became the duke. His name was Frederick, and he made people call him Duke Frederick. His elder brother, the actual duke, was forced to leave the palace and go away to a forest. In the forest, there was no palace and no servant either. But the old duke never complained. He had his close friends living with him, and they all lived happily together. Many young men from the court of Duke Frederick used to come to the forest to meet and take advice from the senior duke. Duke Frederick had a daughter called Sylvia. His elder brother too had a daughter, and her name was Rosalind. The two girls were of the same age. When Frederick becomes the duke and sent his brother to take his daughter along with him, Rosalind was forced to stay back at the palace and keep company to Sylvia. As the two girls grew up together, they became very good friends. Sylvia was not like her father, the cruel duke. She was a very kind girl. Rosalind often used to become unhappy, and she thought of her father who was living in the forest. Sylvia always used to try and make her cousin Rosalind happy. One day, the two girls were sitting and talking when a messenger came from the duke. He told them that a wrestling match was going to start and the duke had called both of them to come and watch it. Sylvia, hoping that it would make Rosalind happy to watch the match, got up and started asking her cousin to come along. Rosalind agreed finally, and they both went to the match. When the two cousins reached the stadium, they were very surprised by what they saw. One of the wrestlers was a huge man and a great champion who had even killed the people he wrestled with. But his opponent was a young and handsome man who did not look like a wrestler at all. Duke Frederick called the girls and said to them, "See, these two men, there is so much difference between them. I pity the young man. He will be killed very soon. Why don't you talk to him and try to stop him from fighting?" Celia and Rosalind was happy to do this. Celia first spoke to the young man and he refused to stop fighting. Then Rosalind went to the young man and spoke to him very sweetly. "I wish you would not fight. You are so young and handsome. Please do not waste your life," she pleaded. Instead of listening to the lovely lady's request, the young man decided to impress her by fighting. He very gracefully refused to give up the wrestling match. He said, "I am honored that such lovely ladies should come and ask me not to fight, but I wish you would be able to support me in this fight. I have anyway got no friends or relatives who would cry even if I die. At least you will feel bad if I lose and die. And if I win, it will be with your support." Saying this, the young man went off to start the fight. Celia was afraid that he might get hurt and was hoping the best for the young man. But it was Rosalind who was really scared. She had almost fallen in love with this young man, and did not want to see anything bad happen to him. She felt that they had a lot in common, since she too had no friends or relatives to cry for her. She was praying and hoping that the young handsome man would win the match. The young man too had been so touched by the concern shown by the young ladies that he decided to do his best for them. This gave him a lot of courage and he fought very bravely and won the match. His opponent was beaten badly and could not even get up from the ground. Duke Frederick was also pleased with the young man's bravery and decided to reward him. Who are you, man? And what is your name? He asked. My name is Orlando, and I am the youngest son of Sir Roland E. Boyce. He replied. Duke Frederick became very angry when he heard this. This was because Orlando's father, son Roland E. Boyce, had been a very loyal subject and dear friend of the banished Duke. Duke Frederick did not want to award his enemy's son. Get out of here, young man. You are brave, but I wish you had been somebody else's son. He shouted and left the place. Rosalind was very pleased to hear that Orlando's father and her father has been very good friends. I wish I had known this earlier. I would not have let him fight them, she said to Celia. The two cousins then went to Orlando's and spoke kindly to him. When they were leaving, Rosalind took a chain from her neck and gave it to Orlando. I do not have anything else to give you now, since I am not a rich lady, she said and left. Let's continue in part 2. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.